Everyone. Hey, hit my own phone there. Hey everyone, how we doing? Welcome to another glorious episode of I Must Break You. We're opening. Hey, we're opening X-Men cards today. Very exciting. I put it up to a vote. It was very close. We had a. Why is this thing telling me my orientation is locked? I know the orientation is locked. What are you doing? There we go. I did. I put it up to a vote on social media, and it was up between this and the Pro Set music cards. And the X-Men won by a very narrow margin. So we're going to open this. This, I think, might be one of the pricier boxes that I have. I picked this up on sale at Burbank Sports Cards during their clearance. I think this was like I think I paid $100 for it. So a little bit on the pricier end. Not obviously you don't want to spend that in here. Look at all the Zacks in here. We shout out to the people in the chat that are talking to me, my Jeff men. So I'm going to be sending some of these out. A couple things. There are color holograms as well as foil stamped cards randomly packed. They have the little X down there. If you want to go to patreon.com/JeffMay and you want to get some of these cards in the mail, you're welcome to it. I know some people are big X-Men fans. I know Dre has already asked me for if I pull the Rogue and Storm X-Men pilot, Night of the Sentinels card. That one's going to him. So let's open these up. First off, we're going to slice this open. Sign this up for the Card Breakers with Threatening Auras Instagram page. We're just going to cut through this box real quick. Josh Rector saying the 3D Wolvie Hollow, the only one chase card that eluded you as a kid. Well, let's see if we can pull one. Josh, let's see if we can pull one of these today for, I don't know if you're on the Patreon, but if you are, who knows? Maybe you would end up getting that. We got 36 packs. I'm really excited to open these primarily because this is the one set that I never really got to open. 1993 coming about. That would have been, I'm guessing I would have been opening Marvel Universe Series 4 at this point in time. But on top of that too, I don't know, at the time I wasn't as big a Kubert fan as I was a Jim Lee fan. I think I really bought into the cult of Jim Lee at that time. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through. We're going to open these up. Let's see how the foil opens. Okay, we might have to open the pack. They should include a random Xavier McDaniel card. I had the X-Man shoes when he played for the Celtics. Cards are good, a little bowed, but that doesn't seem to be a big problem here. We have Shinobi Shaw. We have the Brute. Okay, this looks awesome. That one looks pretty sweet. We have the Sentinel Strikes. Are these yeah, they're just regular standard cards. That sweet Gambit there. My boy AJ Lacasio, of course, we might know as the voice of Gambit. This Magneto card is cool. Nice sideways Magneto card. That looks pretty great. Is that Brandon Peterson's the artist? Yeah, I think it's Brandon Peterson. And Omega Red. This is a archenemies, so on the other side, you'll get the other card. Matt Froome saying he loved this product when he was a kid. Me too, man. Well, not this one specifically. I didn't get many of these at all. I'm not even lying when I say, I did not get... I don't think I've opened one pack of these cards in my life. And that primarily, just come to, I was, these are 93, so I was 11 when these came out, Yeah, when you're 11, you have to allocate your funds properly. And we got a Storm here. We like that. We have a Trevor Fitzroy. Yeah, so Brandon Peterson's getting a lot of work here, I'm seeing. Oh, yeah. Look at what we have here. As if he called it, we get somebody calling for the Wolverine hologram, and we get ourselves the Wolverine hologram. So we're just going to put that right in here. Look at that. He looks like he was underwater. Josh, congratulations on seeing that in there. Josh, I'll tell you what, if you are a member of the patreon.com/Jeff May, and you want to be a member, if you're a member of the rookie card tier, it's yours. How about that? I would send that right in to you. You asked for it. I would give you first dibs. That's because we are good people here. Matt here too. Great to see you. The Acolytes. We got that sick Magneto card again. That's a good one. I like that card. And a Lady Deathstrike by Joe Madureira. So this is we have that good era. I didn't. Oh, geez, I keep pumping this. It's hard to open packs of cards when you have this big stupid body. And you have like a small little just this small little, oh, that's sick. Yeah, Andy Kubert, he gets the Wolverine in there. Captain Britain. We have a Cable. Now, we're also, again, looking for that gold stamp down there as well. That's a sick Cable that we have by Greg Capullo. Gideon. It is fun to see. Did Art T-Bear, was he the penciler on this? Wow. We have the X-Men Blue Team by Andy Kubert. Obviously, he was drawing that at the time. And a sick Toad. Yeah, these are really gorgeous. I wish I had appreciated the art. Sorry, Josh. Sorry to hear about that. But you know what? We'll maybe sometime down the future we'll get you on the Patreon. How about that? Hey, Kelly in the chat, Exploding Runes. We have Bishop. We have the White Queen. Okay. She did something to me when I was a kid. I was like, I guess I like evil people now. Arch enemies, we have the Nasty Boys. I remember when these guys showed up on the X-Men cartoon, and I was like, okay. Arch enemies, X-Men. So over here, I'm guessing, is that Magneto? Archangel and a sick... Is that Magneto? Let's go back and find that Magneto card. No, that's not an Arch enemies. That's just... Okay, well, they certainly do go together, right? But I guess maybe only half of them say arch enemies. Let's see, do the ones that are on the right have arch enemies? Oh, okay. So it's actually this. Sorry, I have to orient it this way, but we are where we are. So there you go. So it's Magneto in the middle, the X-Men, and the Acolytes. That makes way more sense. Yeah, White Queen is embarrassingly sexy for a kid's card. I mean, but in 1993, I mean, was this kids? You know, like the White Queen. It's hard to say that because I'm of two minds when it comes to like the comic stuff, which is like, yes, X-Men is for children, but also like, come on. Shatterstar, he was my favorite. I loved, so Greg Capullo, he was the X-Force artist at the time, so that would make sense. I loved Shatterstar as a kid. Growing up, I feel like maybe I understand a little better. Sabretooth Unleashed and Arcade with those eyes. Dude. Yeah, it's like I understand. I was 11 at the time. But yeah, those are pretty sick. Josh, the X-Men are the theater kids of comics. Lots of free-flowing horniness. Ain't that the case? We have Colossus. This Juggernaut. This was like a main car. I remember this being like an incredibly popular car. Is this like on the box? Is that what? Yeah, it is. I was like, why do I remember this card so well? This was like in all the ads and stuff. And I understand why. It's a sick card. We have a Blob, Megan, the Acolytes, and Beast Hangs Out. So these cards are pretty great. I don't hate them. They're certainly different than, you know, the way that first series of X-Men was, you know, it was all Jim Lee and everything like that, and that was like a big deal at the time. I loved this card as a kid. I always thought it was really cool looking at that. Froome saying, I really need to track down all these cards. I'm sure I have them. Poirot. The name's Poirot, love. It's time for a toast. And boom, boom. Is this only a 4-card pack? No, that can't be right. There we go. X Factor. I look back at this version of X Factor as being a much more underappreciated, and there we go, Saturnine as well. Some of these cards, it's weird, they're paper, like they're all cardboard, there's no real gloss to them, but I guess just the way they've been stored for the past 30 years has gotten them to kind of, not necessarily stick together, but like kind of bunch together. Oh yeah, that was the popular haircut at the time. Yeah, the Logan haircut. Remember Tolliver? It was like such a big deal. That's great. We got another Storm. We love Storm. Jamie Braddock. We have the 6-pack. Polaris by Joe Quesada. Okay. All right. I see you, Polaris by Joe Quesada. Oh no, Joe says all his cards met a tragic milk spilling fate thanks to his sisters. No. Oh, that's so awful. Well, as a reminder, they're all just things. Wait, did Storm have that gold X? Did I miss? Oh my God, yeah. Oh, shout out to Joe for calling it out. I totally missed that. I was gonna say we got a repeat card with the Storm, but no, we don't. Matt Severin, a member of patreon.com/Jeff May and receiver of the rookie card, says he wants that Excalibur stuff. Well, you got it, dude. This is great too. Like corners are sharp, edges look good. Maybe a little white in the corner. Looks good. We'll put that one in here. Nice to find a chase. Funny enough, so it's funny. I am one of my good friends is a gentleman by the name of Ron Lim. I don't know. Yeah, there is good Alan Davis art. Shinobi Shaw with the Wolverine. Yeah, X Factor, Hazard. Got that Gambit again. That center Magneto and a Richter. I think Richter is the biggest example of like this era that you're looking at here, where it's like it's very like alt or whatever. But yeah, so Ron Lim, good friend of mine, and you know, I have my lady friend is a big Storm fan, so Ron actually gave me this sketch right here. I don't know if I've shown this before, but I actually am taking it off to get it framed. Zach saying halfway through paying off the first autograph card. Oh, Zach, you got a autograph card. What card is that? Yeah, we always love Alan Davis art in here. Certainly very underrated. We have a Black Tom. Gene! We have Fenris here. That was always interesting. That has real Image Comics energy to it right there, you know? Fenris. Everyone loved Psylocke for reasons that we don't need to answer here. The MLF with 0 here. Great card in Marvel Snap, by the way. He's a good card with. And Cerise. I love Cerise. All right, let's see what we got next. Matt's saying, yeah, the Alan Davis is a total antidote to the Liefeld stuff, which I also still bought. I'm with you. There we go. Someone's going to want this one. The Deadpool, a Joe Madureira Deadpool. Remember, he did the first Deadpool miniseries art, so that's a good one. Sunspot here. Oh, you got a Jeremy Bullock autograph here. That's a good one. That's a great one, Zach. Congrats. He also plays that... the Dark Riders, man. He also plays the guy that hides behind Leia. Arch enemies. We have Cable on this side, and we have a Callisto. I did not like when they made Callisto hot. You guys remember that when they like redid Callisto to make her hot? She's the leader of the Morlocks. It's like, hey man, we don't We don't need that. Matt, the Psylocke card was the chase card from my friend group. Would love to add it to my PC. 30 years too late. Yeah, man. Like I said, if you are watching and you are on the Patreon, make sure you message me and let me know what you want. Because while I love seeing it in the live chat, I have a terrible brain and I will absolutely forget. So definitely message me directly. We have Iceman, Wolfsbane. We have Mystique as arch enemies. X-Men Gold. We have Mr. Sinister by Joe Quesada. We always love that. And a Joe Mad Lady Deathstrike again. That's good stuff. Yeah, and like I said, patreon.com/JeffMay. Sign up for there. If you sign up for any of the you get the blank rookie card tiers or whatever, you get stuff in the mail, and we get happy. We had Dan Panosian worked on that one with Pacella, Mastermind. That's sick. That's such a sick-looking card. I don't care that Greg Capullo does not know what a moon looks like. That is just a sick-looking card. That looks so cool. Man, this is like low-key one of my favorite pieces of art in this set. Like, that is so rad. Oh, okay. I see you. I see you, 30 years of Wolverine, gold stamped foil. Paul saying, my father-in-law saw Mr. Sinister while I was watching X-Men 97 and asked if it was Dracula. Yeah, I could see that. Logan asking if the arch enemies say who they connect to on the back. So there we go. Taking a look. Corner, 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 corner. They look pretty good. Could gem, might be a 9. Are you asking that because of that Mystique? Because I was actually wondering the same thing. Arch enemies, Mystique. It doesn't really say that. It doesn't say the arch nemesis thing. Yeah, Joe, this is a Wolverine heavy box. Sienna Blaze. Bishop on one side. I'm going to guess Fitzroy is on the other side. This Cyclops, I remember getting the gold of this Cyclops card as a kid. I think I paid like $8 or $9 for it at the time. Let's see if we can find that Fitzroy and see. Where was that? Where was he? Where was he? I feel like he was... Seems like he'd be the Bishop one, right? Yeah, the files in the back are actually really decent looking. The backs look really great. So let's see. Where are you? You know what? We'll come across him. Oop. Hitting the phone. Sorry, folks. Here we go. So not bad so far. 1 holo and 2 gold stamps. Josh saying, pretty sure Storm and Mystique are arch enemies because they're both trying to date Forge. That could be it. Deathbird. Deathbird's Jim Lee card, I remember having a huge crush on that. I was just like, okay. Fantasia from the MLF. Persuasion, Gambit style. Yeah, Zach saying, good point. This will go with the Omega Red, obviously. I enjoy seeing characters I only know from Marvel Snap. Yeah, I could see that as well. Apocalypse, who we'll go through. We'll see how that goes. Enjoying seeing characters you only know from Marvel Snap. I definitely see that. While I certainly know pretty much every character except for like the brandy new ones that I haven't been caught up on. Love a Quesada strong guy. I love when Quesada would do the fill-ins. I didn't really appreciate the Larry Stroman art of X Factor at the time. I go back now and I really do appreciate it. So I preferred when Quesada would do fill-in, when he would do fill-ins. We have a nice Alan Davis Kylan there. He could like mimic any sound, I believe. The Claws of Wolverine. The Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. And we have a Quesada Havoc. So yeah, they're definitely team divided, right? So Capullo's getting the X-Forces. Quesada got the X-Factors. Kubert got X-Men Blue. We have a Phoenix. So is this an Alan Davis? Yeah, so Davis is getting Excalibur, obviously. Joe Madureira looks like he's getting exclusively villains, although he got Paul Mounts to do the coloring. That's pretty good. It's good Sabretooth to fight Wolverine on that one. Storm right there. She's having a good time. Jubilee's Fireworks. And a Nightcrawler by Alan Davis. Yeah. Yeah, Joe, Snap is, I have Marvel Snap, but I have it in a file on my phone called Time Wasters because I'm very aware of the limits that I keep. So yeah, Joe Mad on a villain. All right, this we pulled for Dre. Yeah, so you guys are allowed to ask me about the Arch Nemesis stuff. So why don't I go back through the Arch Nemesis next time, and or excuse me, when we're done here, I'll go through and I'll see if we can pair them up. I'm putting this in the case for Dre because he pre-messaged me. He actually researched this set and said, this is the card I want if you pull it. I think it's very funny that that's the card he wants, but Dre's funny sometimes. I'm guessing... Is this Brandon Peterson? Did Peterson get all the X-Men Gold ones? X-Force. Strife. This will be the Cable. And Sauron. Yeah, of course, Dre did that. Yeah, shout out to Dre, of course, at Nerd Numbers on all social media. He keeps me alive doing this. And he and I have been talking. And we might actually... we're going to probably drop this information in a little bit, like the official stuff, but I think we're going to make just a breaks page, because what I'm noticing is a lot of people aren't hanging out. The Fury of Storm. Oh, okay. Oh, I have never seen one of these before. Yeah, my good friend Ryan Tremblay from 1993, back when we were hanging out. Look at this. I would say everyone said this is a Wolverine heavy box. I'm going to say that this is a Storm heavy box. We like this a lot. Now we take a look, right? So this, oh, is this a case hit? So now that we're looking at it here, we have, it doesn't say on the box. I'm looking at the box featuring all the Marvel Comics teams, bonus color holograms, and foil stamped cards randomly packed. So I'm guessing this is the color hologram because it has that. I think this one might be like a case hit or something like that. I don't really know how to... I'm going to have to look this up later, but man, that rips. That's awesome. Yeah, the backs, like, so people are asking, Joe's asking the backs. Yeah, the back. So H3, and this one is just a straight up, like, kind of like dark, muddy color. Cannonball. We have Wolverine. He's clearly fighting Sabretooth on that one. And a great little Jubilee that we get there. All right, we are doing great, and we still have about half the stack left. This is a killer break, man. I know I was saying, this is the most expensive box that I bought, and, which is not true. I think I have a Lorcana box that I paid a little bit more for. But Tolliver, we have that sick Wolverine, Captain Britain, but I am not mad about this box at all. X-Men Blue and Toad. This is a sick box. Yeah, it's like they forgot. Oh, yeah. So what I noticed, Zach pulling me back on. Sorry, this is the part where my brain gets a little distracted. I think we're making a page called Jeff Has Cool Cards. That's just going to be for breaks. And then this page will go back to being, comedy and podcasts and stuff like that. Because I find that people are not wanting to follow, or people are subscribing and then unsubscribing once they're noticing. This card I always thought was really cool. I think I got this card in the Professor X action figure. So I think we have Jeff has cool cards. So we have the checklist and the Polaris again. That way I can keep the card stuff separate. This is something that Dre and I think if you look up Jeff has cool cards, we might have already had a landing page for it, but that really comes down to, and shout out to my good friend Ken Knapsack, who has his sports card ASMR breaks, different from his, actual, like, Ken Knapsack personality page. Yeah, Ryan, you're right about that 90s Polaris looking like an absolute. She looked great. We always loved that card. We have the X-Men. That's the one that goes on the side of Magneto. Here's the Omega Red fighting Wolverine, and this really great Beast right there. Yeah, that 90s Polaris, that version of her, when they updated the costume and they, when X Factor was finding its thing. That Peter David X Factor is so great, by the way. It really is fantastic. The Black Queen, I liked her. Shatterstar. The Sentinel Strikes. We have Gideon. Nobody's going to ask for Gideon in their packages, that's for sure. Excalibur and Sabretooth Unleashed. Yeah, they definitely, Ryan's saying they knew how to engage our hormones back then. They sure did. See? They sure did. Oh, look at that. We love the White Queen. We love... This Juggernaut is so sick, man. The power of Professor X. Every time I see Pyro, I always do the intro from the X-Men arcade game. Like, it's Pyro, love. It's time for a toast. So this is Apocalypse. This will be Apocalypse on the other end. I didn't notice that before. And Beast hangs out. Yeah, they still do. They still do know how to go after our hormones. That is definitely a thing. Whenever people are like, who was your childhood crush? And I think they were all fictional characters as a kid. They were all mostly drawings. And Beverly Crusher. Shadowcat, Jean Grey, Sick Cable. We love that Cable. Megan, X Factor, and Arcade. Nice, nice. These are Colossus. Black Tom. I love the Black Tom bit from Deadpool 2. I always thought that was really great. Cameronson, Zealot from Wildcats. I loved Zealot from Wildcats too. I was a huge fan of Zealot from Wildcats. The MLF and Cerise. Cherry en français. And then, yeah, Voodoo was supposed to be like, I think the sexier character from Wildcats. I mean, I think she was, when they found her, she was like a sex worker, if I recall. And Zealot was just like a member of a cult. But man, go for it. Deadpool. That's Saturnine. We have a Jamie Madrox Multiple Man, who I do not use in my move, in my moving one here. Dark Riders. Okay, Boomer. And Callisto. Yeah, I believe she was an exotic dancer. You are correct, Mr. Cameronson. Julie Winters as the Mac. Julie Winters was the realistic. I mean, certainly, the Max being Sam Keith art, nothing is realistic, but who cares? Sam Keith art rips. Oh, Wolfsbane. Have we seen her yet? Oh, all right. Okay, Gold Foil Cable. I see you. That's right, Matt. He is conditional, and he does clog the board. The only real way that Multiple Man works well is if you kill him and then Phoenix Force him out. But even then, So what's going on with that? Is that a... I think that's actually a divot in the plastic. I thought there was a divot in the 30 there, and then I realized it's a divot in the plastic. Oh, Zach using autofill. You don't have to use autofill, Zach. That's the fun of the game. Play it out. You know, like, put your cards together. Oh, this Mr. Sinister looks pretty sick, too. It's Casada, so obviously it's going to be pretty sick. It is funny how somebody goes from, like, kind of like fill-in artist and drawing in cards at one point in time to then being, like, the president of Marvel Comics. Like, Casada did some really good work. Yeah, no Gideons or Ferals. You know, I got to be honest, I don't know if they made gold foils for every card. I think there might only be like, yeah, see, like they're numbered G1. So that I'm going to assume that there are only like, 10 gold foils. This Warpath, though, that is low key probably one of the best stylistic choices of this show. Like even this right here, Sunspot crashing through, and then this Warpath, same artist. This is just so cool looking. We have Sienna Blaze. Oh, we also have a secret blob that got a little stuck here. Sienna Blaze. We have the Cable archenemy, and then the Cyclops. Yeah, Zach, get outside your comfort zone. Also do some trial and error while you're playing the game, like... Throw some people in there, because also, by the way, autofill does not help you the way you think it might. Autofill is not as intuitive as it might seem. Deathbird. We have that Mystique. Great Domino by Capullo. Persuasion, Gambit style. Donut glaze on Blob's tummy made him sticky, yeah. We have that and Deathstrike. Yeah, I'm talking about Snap with the autofill. That Marvel Snap. I've been, I have a couple of decks that, like, I'll just sit there and tinker. Ooh, sorry about that. I'll tinker with if I have, like, an extra, like, 8 minutes or something in the day, although it's very hard. That's the closest thing to a video game I can really play. Iceman, he really rolled out here with, look at that dome. That is a solid block of skull right there. Mojo. Is that a Joe Mad? Yeah, it is. Joe Mad right there. Quicksilver. Always with the hair in the front. We have that Bishop. Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. And Havoc. Zach Yates saying he's got nothing but free time right now. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Here we go. Oh, I love it. Love to see a Nightcrawler on the back there. Phoenix. I love that Phoenix had the green at this era. Silver Fox. Got that Sabretooth. A Storm archenemy. And in case we were wondering, there we go. So there's your archenemy right there. Storm and Mystique. You know how they're archenemies? Border things change over 30 years, huh? Apocalypse. He goes with that Archangel. And then the Nightcrawler. Looking good. We got about 5 or 6 packs to go. Oh, Dre's here. But yeah, like I was saying, Jeff has cool cards. I think is going to be the new landing page for breaks for I Must Break You and I Must Drake You. We're going to I think we're going to launch that. Oh, Dre shows up, and then look at this. The card he asked for shows right up. And don't worry, Dre. I know you came in a little bit late, so we already took care of this one for you. Don't worry about that. So when were they Cameronson's asking when they were arch enemies, and I think Logan had a good point. They were both trying to bone forge. And Strife right here. Yeah, it's saying that, yeah, the core memory smell of the cardboard and the comic pages in here is Really delightful. So, we have a strong guy. We have Storm, mistress of the elements, commands you to release the child. We have that Kylan again. Cannonball. Jubilee's fireworks. And then Jubilee herself. So we got a double Jubilee here. Dre calling dibs on Jubilees. Yeah, the first time I cracked a pack of Pokemon cards since I was 13, I unlocked my gosh darn childhood. Exploding runes, you make a good point. Excellent, excellent show. Let's unpack that, by the way. You guys check out Exploding Runes page. We have Storm, Archangel, Fantasia or Fantasia. I don't know how I mean, it seems like naturally you'd say Fantasia, but you never know what these. We have that checklist again, and Sauron. I think is this the first Sauron we saw? I think that is. I think that's our first Sauron. It's Richter's 90s ass. What's up, sugar? Shinobi Shaw really pulling a lot of weight here. Okay, so this arch enemy will go with Mr. Sinister, and I'm guessing it's those like the whatever brood. So did I put the Sabretooth aside? I did. There we go. So there you have that one. We got that Magneto from the Tripart. And then Richter. Sinister is an annoying card in Snap. Sinister never bothers me, especially because he is whatever. A 2/2 with an extra guy, that doesn't mean anything to me. Siren, Captain Britain, 6-pack. We got that sexified up Polaris. And a Toad here. So I want to see, where was that X Factor? Because I want to see, I put aside some of the arch enemies here, like, so we can see them all together. So we have the Cable and Strife here. We got the Storm and Mystique. We already did that one. We did the Wolverine and Sabretooth. Let's go through and find some more of those. This X Factor arch enemies. We did the Magneto one already. We did the Sabretooth and Wolverine. So let's find some more arch enemies, shall we? I thought there were more of them. They seem to be team, villain, hero. Come on, where are the arch enemies? Here's that Mr. Sinister. So here we go. We'll do the Cable and Strife. We'll move that out of the way. So we have the X Factor. Then we have Mr. Sinister right there. So he's asking if I can get that animated series Gambit signed by AJ. The only problem when it comes to getting autographs in that regard is that, that's also, that's part of somebody's income. So it's one of those things that might be tough to ask somebody to work for free, But I hear you on that one. Getting a Gambit signed by AJ Lacasio would be fun. So there we have the Archangel and Apocalypse. Yeah, saying they should make a panorama with. There are Jub. We did pull a Rachel. Yeah, she's in the green outfit. You'll see her. I mean, we should find her here soon. We came across her a couple times. So, and here's the other part of that Yeah, I definitely have lots of X-Men cards I could offer for trade up for autographs. So there we go. That's another triple enemies scenario here. Yeah, I could trade those in for merch. Trade those to AJ. Yeah, but it is just it's one of those things where you try not to be too um, hey, sign this for me. We have the Wolverine and Omega Red. I'm not sure we've done this one. There you go. Let's see. We still got to find that Trevor Fitzroy. I think we got him relatively early. So let's see. I've always found doing them from beneath like this kind of keeps we got that was the Cable and Strife. That Deadpool still looking super sick. Glad we got a Joe Mad on that one. Let's see. So Omega Red, Magneto. Great, now they're upside down. Awesome. Here's that Fitzroy. Thought we'd have more Fitzroy in there. And the Bishop right here. And that is, again, we have Brandon Peterson and Al Milgram doing the inks. That's pretty great. I had the Trevor Fitzroy card, and you couldn't, when he was wearing the armor, you couldn't move his arms, and it was awful. So there we have it. Now let's take a look at our hits that we got here. Let's take a look at them. Now, first and foremost, we did get 3 pretty sick gold foil cards here. Celebrating 30 years of the X-Men. That was 30 years ago. Oh my God, I'm so old. I remember buying these and being like, 30 years. Wow, that's been a while, huh? And then sure enough, here we are. We got the Storm colored holo here. Let me see. H3. And then this, which, let me see. I'm going to pull this out real quick. I don't know if this is on purpose because Marvel Masterpieces did this as well, but the corners are all rounded. So if you look there, it looks like it's got some kind of like wet white fleck on it, which we can get that off with like a microfiber cloth. But I mean, this card is, so you see those little white dots, those look like maybe paper loss. So what we'll do with this is we'll just scrape these off with, I'm just kidding, I wouldn't do that. I'm not a psychopath. Okay, so check that out. I mean, obviously this one, pretty rare case hit. I'm guessing here at this point in time. A little bit worse for wear on the edges there. A little discoloration over time, as we can see, but we didn't pick this up too. Trey saying, "Why would I do that?" Because I want to. Because I'm a big, strong man. Previously on X-Men. That's gorgeous. Well, hey, like I said, people are getting these cards in the mail. So if you want any of these cards, head on over to patreon.com/JeffMay and sign up for the You Get the Jeff May rookie card tier, or any of the ones that have the word rookie in the title, and they tell you in the description of what you will be receiving in the mail. And you will be receiving. As a matter of fact, I'm about to mail out April's packages. And it was a funny story. I ended up having conflicting stuff to pack in. So I had to unpack and repack because I was sending out mini cards, but I was also sending out actual packs for people to break themselves. And then turns out that if I send the packs and the mini cards, then it becomes this complete nightmarish cacophony of stuff, and something would get damaged in transit. So I'm holding on the mini cards until next month's, but I'm definitely so I have some Star Wars minis and some sports minis as well that are going to go to people in the May packages as well. So the May packages look like they're already going to be pretty stacked. April packages are stacked. Wait, Dre's saying moving in on exploding runes territory, Jeff. Uh, uh, so we have, yeah, sorry. I was looking at all the chat here, and we have, so you're asking if these were a re-release, Joe, but these were just like the ones you had when you were a kid. They were. These are the ones from 30 years ago. These are the ones from 1992. Yeah, I did have to. Yeah, there it is. We'll do that. The unpacking. Sorry. My brain is all over the place today. But I did. I had to take apart the packages because I realized that if I did send them out, something would have gotten damaged, and most likely it was going to be the packs that I'm sending out. So I wanted to give people something to break. I'm actually about to now put some painter's tape on 2 packs of cards to keep them from going all over the place, and so that they can be nice and stable. Because that's just the kind of stuff we do. But until then, thank you all so much for joining me. I really greatly appreciate each and every one of you for showing up and being awesome and being great and super supportive and super kind. And if you haven't already, hit the follow button, the subscribe button, the thumbs up button, the notifications bell, all the things that make it so that I can keep doing this. If you want to do me a favor and go ahead and do that, please feel free. You guys are all wonderful. Thank you for joining me. I will be here next week. And then soon we're going to launch Jeff Has Cool Cards. So if you haven't subscribed to that network yet, if you want to go ahead and get ahead of the game, please feel free to do that. But for now, thank you all so much. I love each and every one of you, and goodbye.